so I'm clear. You had a vision of Hogsmeade and werewolves? What do you think it meant?
I don't know. It was probably just a weird dream.
Makes sense. That room is so hot in the afternoon, I'm usually half asleep.
And what did Professor Trelawney say?
She thought it was an omen of impending doom.
Doesn't she think everything is an omen of impending doom? I once saw her accidentally pour syrup on her eggs and proclaim it was a sign of her imminent demise.
Professor Trelawney may be a bit eccentric, but that doesn't mean divination is meaningless. Listen, if you saw something about Hogsmeade, especially when we're about to make our first visit...
Maybe that's it. I've been so excited about going to Hogsmeade, that's why it was on my mind.
Even so, that still doesn't explain the werewolves.
Maybe you were using the crystal ball Trelawney threw at Fenrir Greyback at the Battle of Hogwarts.
Well, actually, a few weeks ago during the full moon, I think I saw a werewolf in the Forbidden Forest.
A werewolf in the Forbidden Forest? No way! It would have torn you to shreds.
Not all werewolves are dangerous, Daniel. Perhaps they had taken a wolfsbane potion. Then they wouldn't have lost themselves to the transformation.
Still doesn't explain a werewolf this close to Hogwarts.
Don't sound so surprised. Werewolves are merely people with an affliction. We mustn't judge them for it. Why, one of our very own Defense Against the Dark Arts professors was a werewolf. Remus Lupin.
Oh, I heard of him. Helped Harry Potter during the Battle of Hogwarts.
You seem deep in thought. Care to share with the rest of us?
Aren't werewolves dangerous, though?
Without the aid of a wolfsbane potion, yes. During a full moon, they can be dangerous. But the rest of the time, they are just like other humans. No more good or evil than anyone else.
What about their families? It must be awful having a werewolf in the family.
Challenging, yes. But not always for the reasons you might think. In many cases, family members are discriminated against the same as werewolves.
Perhaps. Huh? Ouch! Who was...
Got you!
Oh, it's on.
Ivy? What's this?
Guess someone in Hogsmeade really doesn't like werewolves.
It also means that maybe you did see a werewolf that night.
Then what about my vision?
What in the...
What's going on?
I don't know, but stay together.
What was all that about?
Beasts! All of them! Look at what they've done!
Who was it, Renka? Who would have done this?
Those filthy mongrels in the forest! Those werewolves!
Huh, werewolves? More like, where's your proof?
The proof is all around you, child! Look at this destruction! This chaos! Only mindless beasts could have done something this depraved!
Werewolves aren't mindless beasts. They're humans, just like you and me. They'd never cause this much destruction, especially not when wizards already paint them as villains.
Is that what they teach you? At that school of yours? Go back to Hogwarts and fill your head with more fluff. Let the adults deal with adult problems.
But it's not even a full moon.
All the more reason for them to attack when we are lulled into a false sense of security. Now, please, the adults are talking.
You believe me, don't you?
She's right. Werewolves would never have put themselves in jeopardy by doing this.
Another child voicing their opinion?
Hey, you alright?
I'm fine.
Sure,
Abigail. And thank you for standing up for me back there.
It was nothing. That terrible woman didn't have any right to accuse werewolves of doing this.
You really don't think it was the werewolves?
No, this is something else.
Come on, let's get out of here. Hogsmeade doesn't feel as welcoming as it usually does.
Have you been following me?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. It's just no one has stood up for me before. What you did in Hogsmeade, just thanks.
My pleasure.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you hear? Professor McGonagall is considering banning students from visiting.
What? Why? Because of the supposed werewolves?
Oh, it's not that. She's worried that Hogsmeade is getting dangerous. I mean, she knows it isn't werewolves, but someone is causing the destruction. I heard there've been more break-ins.
Really? Well then, we better get back while we can. Would you want to come with us?
I don't know.
Come on, it's the last Saturday visit before the holidays. It'll be great. We can all go. I'm sure my friends would love to get to know you.
All right, but I have to get back before dark. I'm working on a complicated potion for Professor Slughorn, and if I botch it, I'll fail.
No problem. And hey, if you ever need a hand, my friend Daniel is really good at potions.
Renka, you aren't hanging any of that filth in my pub.
The only filth are the werewolves hiding in our very midst. We don't want their types in here, ruining our perfect community.
I suppose you'd like a ministry agent on every corner.
Yes, why isn't the ministry getting involved? There's a full moon tonight.
Because the ministry can't be bothered by one woman's fear-mongering.
You'll be sorry for this. Hogsmeade is no longer safe. None of you are...
Out, Renka, before we have to force you out.
You've all been warned. Things will only get worse so long as we allow those beasts to exist. You'll see.
Huh? That woman. Right, who wants another round? On the house.
What was that all about? And who was that man?
Works at the other pub, doesn't he? Right scary, though.
Not as scary as that woman. How does she even know there are werewolves nearby?
Maybe we can ask around.
I don't care if it's werewolves or not. We got to do something about the break-ins.
Do you have any leads?
No, but between you and me, Renka seems awfully pleased they're happening. Make of that what you will.
Oh no, it's late. I have to go.
Is everything okay?
I can't. I have to.
We should follow her, just to see if she's alright. Abigail? Why did she run down here? This doesn't... Huh. I don't mean you any trouble. Wait, that's Abigail's scarf. What did you do to my friend?
Are you all right? Did it bite you?
No, I'm all right. I'm not even sure it wanted to fight.
That's weird. But I guess now we know there's a werewolf on the loose. In Hogsmeade, of all places. Where's your friend?
Oh no. Abigail! I thought it had attacked her, but she must have escaped into the tunnel before I got here.
And we just chased that thing in after her.
We have to help her. Come on!
Where are we?
We didn't walk that far. We must still be in Hogsmeade.
That's it. I know where we are. The Shrieking Shack.
Isn't that haunted?
Daniel, you're not afraid of ghosts, are you? There are hundreds of ghosts at Hogwarts.
Yeah, well, those are school ghosts. Who knows what lives here?
I'm more worried about the werewolf. Let's look around, but be careful. It's asleep, but where's Abigail?
Maybe she got out. There was another tunnel, remember? That one might go back to school.
Wait, give me that goblet you found. It smells like wolfsbane. As in wolfsbane potion.
Of course. Abigail is the werewolf. That's why she's so passionate about werewolves, and why she didn't hurt me.
Actually, you can thank the wolfsbane potion for that. Makes them calm and sleepy, apparently. So...
Absolutely not. She needs her rest. Plus, I'm not sure it's a good idea to wake a sleeping werewolf. Wolfsbane potion or not.
I'll leave a note. I don't want her to worry that we might give away her secret. If she wants to talk about it tomorrow, she knows where to find us. Abigail, how are you feeling?
Better. Thanks. I got your note. I'm sorry you had to find me that way.
It's all right, but you could have told me.
Well, sometimes it's hard to know who to trust.
I can't imagine what it's like having to go through that every month. This is probably a silly question, but how do you cope with it every month?
It's been a challenge. After I was turned, I was angry. But having lived with lycanthropy for so long, I've gotten used to it. It's not fun, but with the wolfsbane potion, it's manageable.
May I ask how it happened?
I was attacked when I was very young, by my father.
Your father?
It wasn't his fault. I was always curious where he ran off to every month, so I finally followed him into the forest one night. He picked up my scent as soon as he turned. I ran, but I was lucky to survive.
That must have been terrifying. Why didn't he take wolfsbane?
Wolfsbane potion is very difficult and expensive to make. I've been lucky to have help from the school, but back then, we didn't have the means.
He must have felt terrible when he learned what he'd done.
Dad was devastated. He was so ashamed and fearful that it might happen again. He left. I haven't seen him since.
Have you told anyone your secret?
No. The professors know, of course. But you're the first student to figure it out.
Don't worry. I won't tell anyone. I promise.
Thank you. That means a lot. I've been trying to reconnect with my father. I reached out where I could, but I don't know if he got my message. But I'm afraid to ask too many questions. Not everyone is as open-minded as you.
Then maybe I can help. If we work together, we might be able to dig into the werewolf sightings without making anyone too suspicious. We're just two Hogwarts students writing a parchment on werewolves.
That's brilliant! How do we begin?
When's the next trip to Hogsmeade?
Lots of people out today. That's good, right?
Yes, I wonder what they're gathering for.
There does seem to be quite a crowd forming.
Excuse me, can you tell me what's going on?
It's a rally, of course. You know, because of all the werewolves.
What?
Personally, I think it's rubbish. Werewolves robbing a joke shop? What use has a werewolf got for dung bombs and nose-biting telescopes? But someone's been breaking into shops and causing quite a bit of damage.
Come on, we better check it out. What is she talking about?
Renka claims she was attacked in her shop.
That witch has a shop in Hogsmeade?
She did. It went out of business 3 months ago. Handmade house elf figurines. Rather creepy if you ask me, but to each their own.
She doesn't look hurt to me.
Don't tell her that! She wasn't the only one, though. Poor Ambrosius Flume got a right nice bump on his head. Didn't see his attacker on account of the fog, but still... We must rid the woods of these mangy menaces once and for all. Until we do, not a one of us is safe. Werewolves are evil!
That's a lie!
Oh, it's you. Come to defend the savages again, have we? Let the townsfolk suffer while you stay safe in your high castle.
Huh?
Precisely. They are beasts, mindless killers.
What? No, that's not what we said. They're victims of a disease, one that can be controlled, with the right potions. They're not bad people. They're just people.
Touching. But this is not your concerns, is it? Unless there's a reason you care so much about these monsters. Yes, return to your castle. We'll be sure to put down the wolves while you're away.
That's enough. Get down, Renka. You made your point. As for the rest of you, go home.
Fine, I'll go. But this isn't over, Aberforth. You'll see.
What do you think you're doing?
We're trying to stand up for what's right.
No, you're playing straight into her hands. You need to be smarter.
We should stay silent then? Be cowards like everyone else, like you.
You don't know me, so I'm gonna let that go. But know this, I'm a supporter of werewolf rights. Have been since long before either of you were born. I know what we're up against.
And what's that?
Hate. You have no idea how easily it can grow and fester in a community. Keep engaging Renka and you'll find out.
What should we do then?
Back off. Let her bark until she's shown everyone exactly who she is. If things get out of hand, I'll deal with it. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah, fine. I'm not going to stop looking for my father.
I understand, but we need to be careful.
Do you expect me to stand by while someone falsely accuses werewolves?
I'll help you, but we need to be careful. We don't want to make things worse.
Fine. What do you suggest we do then?
We need to figure out who's causing the disturbances. If we can prove it's not werewolves.
Renka will look like a fool. Brilliant, let's do it. Let's investigate separately.
Oh.
Huh?
What a mess. As if I have time to clean up after a bunch of hairy hooligans.
Why would a werewolf want anything to do with a bunch of choke products? It definitely looks like a wild animal attacked this display, but was it a werewolf? Huh?
Been hit twice, actually. Fortunately, I'm very good at mending charms. A necessity in this business, love. Now, how about you stop asking questions and I won't have to tell Aberforth what you're up to, eh?
That didn't go so well. It actually seems like werewolves did it.
Except most of the robberies didn't happen during a full moon. So claw marks and tufts of fur don't make sense. It has to be something else.
I do find it curious that almost nothing was stolen. Except for a few potion ingredients.
Actually, that has me concerned. I recognize some of those ingredients. They're used to make wolfsbane potion.
That's not good. Unless someone took it to make it look like werewolves did it. Which is rather unlikely. Rats!
That reminds me. I'm low on a few ingredients myself, particularly aconite. If you wouldn't mind, I know where some grows. It's on the way back to the castle, just off the path a bit.
Sure, let's go.
Thanks again for your help. Ingredients have been harder and harder to come by recently. Professor Slughorn has even had trouble getting some things. So I like to pick wild herbs whenever I can. The herbs are almost ready.
You said it was a difficult potion to brew, right?
Very. The professor taught me how to brew it properly, but
I can help brew it if you like.
that'll be great. Oh, hello. Are you picking aconite too? Why? Who are you? Wait, come back!
It's dangerous here. Leave this place.
Who are you? Who do you think that was? Because they were picking aconite. They might have been a werewolf too.
Or someone collecting aconite for another reason. It's not just used in Wolfsbane potion.
Yes, you're right. Come on, let's get back to the castle.